While most of the world is struggling to overcome the coronavirus outbreak, China has signaled that the country is well on its way to full recovery. And the government's actions in recent months have set the stage for Chinese ambitions across the globe. China's foreign policy has taken an aggressive turn this year, such as lashing out at Australia for pushing an investigation into the origins of the COVID-19 virus. And China's armed forces have bolstered territorial claims in the South China Sea. They've also stepped up patrols near Japanese-controlled islands, fought India's troops in the Himalayas, and sent warplanes close to Taiwan's airspace.
This plays quite well with the domestic audience, which has been fed a very heavy patriotic diet. Strongest country in the world, we've got the means to do it. I mean, this goes down very well at home. But I think also overseas, there's a sort of sense in the Chinese leadership, we've been soft too long. Now is the time, with the biggest country in the world, the second biggest economy, we've got to start punching according to our weight.
China also toughened its stance on the autonomous city of Hong Kong after the international community expressed support for anti-government and pro-democracy protests last year. In July, Beijing made its most dramatic move yet to tighten its grip on Hong Kong by imposing a wide-ranging national security law. It came under criticism from many countries, including the US, which in turn put sanctions on Chinese officials. But it was a clear message to the international community to stay out of China's affairs. Relations between Washington and Beijing are at their lowest in decades because of disputes in trade, technology and human rights. As the Communist Party's ambitious goal-setting forum took place in Beijing last week, the U.S. Secretary of State went on a so-called anti-China tour with high-level meetings in Asia, including visits to Vietnam, Indonesia, Japan, India and Sri Lanka too, where China has funded major infrastructure projects. The U.S. is trying to capitalize on what's seen as growing anti-China sentiment in the region, and it's not going unnoticed in Beijing.
We can tell that the risks and challenges are both from home and abroad. From the global aspect, unilateralism, protectionism, and anti-globalization are on the rise. Unstable and uncertain factors have increased.
A recognition that China's so-called wolf warrior diplomacy, where it acts forcefully abroad, may have won support at home, but has alienated many in the region. Divya, Gopalan, Al Jazeera, Hong Kong.